Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of That's All Funny, episode 524. Hey, we're doing it. What is that? Oh, I thought I had a hole in like my face was caved in or something. No, what the fuck it is? It just looks weird. Not that I care about my fucking facial hair. It just looked like I don't know, I don't know, like somebody shaved a dick in my face or something. Yeah, no, nothing, new here. Just chilling. Sold some plate sets. So I'm pretty happy with that. Got an extra $100 to I don't know parlay with or buy. I bought a couple of comic books, some Cyber Frog. If you're into that, Cyber Frog. What's your favorite part? You tell me. Um, yeah, but just here, got to deal with one more day of work, and then watch. I should call in because the Elimination Chamber's at like 5 a.m. in the morning because it's Australian time, but. All I know, I'm gonna just give me a good wank after work and then go and watch me the fucking elimination chamber, mate. That's what I'm gonna do. That's not a knife, that's a spoon. No, I don't know. I'm one of the Beatles. That's my impression. No, I don't know. The fucking wanker, you cunt. Anyway, let's look at the news here. I got a lot of impressions. I got chills, they multiplying. Funeral home owner kept body in hearse for nearly 2 years. Colorado cops say he's arrested. I'm glad they ended that with he's arrested. Former funeral homeowner has been arrested after an eviction uncovered the remains of at least 30 people, along with a woman's corpses, had been kept in a hearse for nearly 2 years. Colorado police say. So this dude, um, he got evicted right from his home, and when the homeowner went to like clean out the shit, because like, when people get evicted they get all their shit thrown out into typically the yard or into a dumpster, because I've been evicted once with my mom. When they went to like evict him and the cops were there, they found like a bunch of urns. Undertaker, your brother is alive, Kane's alive. They found nearly 3 dozen urns, some of it which were empty. And, so they found in a crawl space, several boxes in a crawl space, temporary urn boxes, some that held cremated human remains, or cremains as they are called. That's the lingo of the Paul of the fucking Undertaker. They also found an inoperable hearse in the backyard. When they were looking through the hearse, they found the body of a dead woman who was covered with a blanket. They determined that the 63-year-old woman had died August 2022. Okay, that's like a year and a half ago. And her family believed they had already had her remains. Um, then, while searching a U-Haul parked in the front of the home, they found 6 more urns with remains. Uh, this dude had his business going from 2012 to September 2022, when he ran into some financial troubles where he couldn't complete the cremations in time for services, so he would give other people's remains to other people's families so they could hold their services. And yeah, it's strange all around, because one, I don't know how you could in a time like during that pandemic part, maybe he couldn't keep up with demand of all the people dying, but uh I I don't know. I just can't understand like calling the cops calling your family and being like, "Hey, that urn you have, it's probably not your family member, or the fucking ashes you took to the Himalayas and you dumped out, that's probably not the person who wanted to be there, And it's just like it's a mess all around, but uh oh well, what can you do? Uh it's already happened. So I mean, whatever. I feel like yeah, cremation is the way to go, but if you have someone like this, you really need to like watch them cremate, the body. It's just You just can't trust people nowadays. I tell you, American made. Speaking of death, Shin Sedong Tiger, a prominent K-pop songwriter, found dead at 40. And there's a picture of him. Wow, he looks very happy to be alive. Um, he had been found dead in Seoul. He was 40. Tiger, whose real name was Lee Ho Yan, was found collapsed at his workplace, according to the music industry sources. Uh, that's kind of shitty because I know you know the Asians tend to like overwork themselves, so maybe he was overworking. They've had like an Asian person die, like a young healthy kid die because he was playing like fucking StarCraft for like 80 days or something. No, I don't know. He was playing some sort of video game for like days, like a marathon session, and he just fucking died. So yeah, I could see like these people overworking themselves. They do a lot of that cramming and crunching and munching and karate chopping. But rest in peace to him. He made such hits as Roly Poly, No No No, Up and Down, and Ba Boom Ba Boom. Okay. No, he's good music. Like I don't know. Smooth like butter in my undercover. Hey, hi, hey, hi, 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 hey, ho, ha, hoo. Hey, ha. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Do-do-do-do-do. Those kicks were fast as lightning. Hoo, hey, ha, hoo. Going on to I don't know electronics. I don't know where you segue with that. Nvidia hits 2 trillion valuation as AI frenzy grips Wall Street. And I mean, I believe it, dude. Nvidia hits 2 trillion in market value for the first time on Friday, riding on its insatiable demand for its chips that made the Silicon Valley firm the pioneer of the general artificial intelligence boom. So, like these Nvidia chips, I mean, I'm sure they're in every computer, like phones, and everything. They're like powerful, and for a while they were like in very much in demand to where they couldn't be, supplied. So they were shortage, especially with the pandemic and people working from home and relying more on remote work. And then now with AI and everything having computers and all that, of course, chips would fucking explode. And these are the ones that are like the premium ones. Yeah, you have other ones, but now every like computer is kind of adopting these ones, I believe. So they're just everywhere, and that's pretty rowdy. This they helped the company vault from, let's see, NVIDIA's chips are used by almost all generative AI players from GPT, OpenAI to Google. That had helped the company vault from 1 trillion to 2 trillion in around 8 months. That's fucking crazy. Like, if you had $1 in stock, you would now have $2. That's my math serves me right. That's pretty rowdy. That's a pretty rowdy jump in 8 months. So yeah, that's fast. Well, that's like a premature baby. No, yeah. What are those babies with like the drunken syndrome? I don't know, but I mean, good for them. I hopefully their chips don't cause the apocalypse, like the robot AI invasion and all that bullshit. But I mean, if it does, it's our fault. It's not really their fault. It's the tool we're using. We're just using it uh, as a weapon more than a tool. But whatever. Uh, I mean, I just watched her. I did a oh yeah, I watched her again. The movie Her. If you remember that movie with Joaquin Phoenix and Scarlett Johansson as like the AI, and that was made like in 2013, I think, 2012, 2013. It's like, or 2016. I don't know. No, 2013. And I was like, man, it was way ahead of us where we start like, having AI learn and fucking you know, adjust itself to us, and it's just exponentially learning now. So it's scary, it's exciting, but it's also I don't know. We need to be careful because it'll end up like I've said before. If you play Mass Effect, it's like when the Quarians wanted, help like building shit and doing their work and computers and stuff. So they built the Geth, and the Geth were essentially their version of slaves. And the Geth stopped wanting to be slaves, so they attacked the Quarians, and there was a huge, war between the Quarians and the Geth. And yeah, I mean, you just have to like who's at fault here? Like the people who created the AI to serve them, or the AI who doesn't want to be a slave no more to their master. So I'm ready for find a way to fight the AI. With being overweight. I'll use my belly attack and flaming breath. That's usually what fat people have, right? Flaming breath. Lastly, here, speaking of money, uh, and stock, I guess. Texas man made 1.7 million by illegally trading on wife's work from home calls. This is a very interesting story. I was reading this, and I would probably do the same. It's pretty funny. This is something that should be made into a movie, I think. So a husband was listening in on his wife's work from home calls, and he made 1.7 million buying shares after overhearing her sensitive business details of BP. So let's see. So he heard his wife, who worked at mergers and acquisitions manager at BP, which is I think an energy company, right? That big ass oil energy company. And so he heard that they were going to acquire a truck stop and travel center company known as Travel Centers of America. So he saw the 1.3 billion plan takeover as an opportunity to make a profit. So he went to purchase 46,000 shares of the truck stop company over a 1.5 month period, which I mean, it's pretty fishy to buy that much out of nowhere that quickly, right? Okay. Travel Center's shares then skyrocketed 71% after the takeover was announced, and he immediately sold his shares after that, pocketing almost 2 million in profit. Apparently, according to the district attorney of Texas, the wife was unaware of what had been up to while she was working remotely. Wow, she's really that fucking fucking like oblivious to it, right? Like, oh honey, where'd you get that nice? Here's your fur coat. I bought you a fur coat, honey. So here we go. He later told his wife, who was stunned at the news, that he had done it so the pair could have enough money so she could work shorter hours, which I don't know is kind of like, oh, I bought you a comb for your hair. Oh, but I sold my hair for your whole comb. I don't know, whatever, your golf club. And so his supposed act of love did not land well with his wife, who moved out and began divorce proceedings last June. The company BP put the wife on administrative leave and then fired her despite finding no proof that she knowingly leaked the information on the takeover to her husband or knew anything about the trading. Uh, he took advantage of his remote working conditions and his wife's trust to profit from information he knew was confidential. He faces up to 5 years in federal prison and a possible fine of up to $250,000. BP did not immediately respond to requests for comment. That's a great story. I don't know, like that's the kind of shit like you see in a movie. Like I did it for us, honey, and it's like, oh well, no, I don't love you. That's terrible. But he did it. He knew he was doing wrong. One, because he did it in such a like a slick way where it was like, oh, I'm only gonna buy so many shares within so much amount of time. That way, it looks more natural. And then, but then he like as soon as it is the companies merged or whatever, he fucking sold his stock, so it looks so fishy. Like, how did he knew? And then it's not hard to connect the dots. Oh, this dude here's married to the person who does that information. So I mean, come on, like that's it's it is not a long trail of breadcrumbs to find the end of that yellow brick road. I want to go down that yellow brick road. I went myself long ago down that yellow brick road. Beep, 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 Good song. Good song. Great podcast too. No, that's so funny, guys. I want to thank you for listening to the podcast. You can find it anywhere podcasts are able to search That's So Funny. I have another podcast with my buddy Gabe called That's All Kayfabe. We talk about wrestling and other stuff. Check that out. It's on some podcasting. Just search That's All Kayfabe and where podcasts are available. You can watch both of them in video format on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Lorenzo Ariola. I got other videos on random content there, video game, indie game playing and stuff, as well as a live show I do with the wonderful Mint Salad from ASC Presents. We do that live on Tuesdays. It's usually at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock Central. You can check it out where we talk about a movie and then play a game. That's fun. Or if you want to see older archived episodes of that, check out the Patreon, patreon.com/Lorenzo Ariola. $5 a month gets you everything, gets you archived episodes, bonus episodes, early episodes, deleted episodes, ad-free episodes. So check that out. And if you want to, help the podcast, $5 a month gets you everything, helps it out. And if you want to commission some great art from a great artist, check out the website, www.retrohorrorinc.com. He's got our merch on there, t-shirts, prints, stickers. He's at Retro Horror Inc. on Instagram. Check him out for graphic art. Thank you so much.